Oh, most definitely. I mean, look at the Gates situation.
Yeah, look at that, right? First of all, I'm glad you brought that up again because just about all the Republicans hate him, right? They all hate him. You had Republicans that were on the record doing interviews saying that he was showing naked pictures of women that he had sex with on the House floor. There are some people that know exactly what's in that report. I can guarantee you that when Matt Gaetz sat down with J.D. Vance and then a day or two later he withdrew his name from the attorney general position, he told them what's in that report. J.D. Vance knows what's in that report. These MAGA Republicans, many of them, they know what's in that report. They know why Matt Gaetz stepped down. They know why he wanted the AG job. And they know that he had sex with an underage girl. Okay? They know. Yet, these people are such bad people that they were willing to back him. They were willing to say, well, let's let this play out. I respect Donald Trump's decisions because they have absolutely no backbone on why a man who allegedly had sex with an underage girl, which I believe her, and there's probably more out there that we don't know about. Nancy Mace was more concerned about a trans woman going into the woman's bathroom. These are who these MAGA Republicans are. They're despicable human beings. They're a disgrace to the American people. They have absolutely no backbone, and they will kiss the ring of Donald Trump if it means costing American lives, if it means dehumanizing people, in this case, maybe transgenders, or telling women what to do with their own bodies. And Nancy Mace goes on every interview and she talks about how she was the victim of assault. Horrible, horrible. But then we're supposed to believe that she's genuine when she talks about that, and yet she supports a convicted 34 count felon and someone who is a liable sexual abuser, adjudicated rapist. These Republicans have absolutely no credibility, zero. And I'm sick of it. I am sick of the fact, and I'm sickened to myself, that regardless of what some people in this country might think about Democrats, regardless of what some people in this country might think about Kamala Harris, I would probably disagree with a lot of their opinions, that they would rather support a liable sexual abusing adjudicated rapist, a 34 count felon, and a bunch of criminals that are around him. That's right, I said it, criminals. This is where we are as a country. This is where we are as America. This is not a mandate. Well, Brian, what do you mean? Why is it not a mandate? He won all the swing states. Yeah, he won all the swing states by a couple 100,000 votes. He won the popular vote by about 1 to 2%. This was one of the closest elections, the top 3 closest elections we've had since the 1880s. Yes, that's right. You can look that up if you don't believe me. I believe one of those close elections was John F. Kennedy. This was an extremely close election. This is not a mandate. So if the Nancy Maces of the world and the other Republicans, some of the MAGA Republicans in office, think that trans women in bathrooms is the number one issue on Americans' minds, well, there's probably a lot of bigots out there that are very concerned about this. But they don't seem to be concerned about Matt Gaetz, are they? We have a lot of Republicans out there that would have had no problem with Matt Gaetz being the attorney general, including Donald Trump. Why is it that Donald Trump isn't criticized? Mr. Trump, why would you even think about putting this guy in the AG chair? Why are there very few Republicans out there that are asking those questions? In fact, they would have endorsed Matt Gaetz. In fact, we've learned stories that Donald Trump and members of his immediate orbit were threatening other Republican senators. We're threatening others for re-election campaigns. We're going to put all the money against your opposition. We know that in at least a few instances. Why is that? Why is nobody on the right criticizing Donald Trump for even making this decision to begin with? But they want to call you a pedophile, right? They want to call you a. Meanwhile, many of the people that call people on the left, the same people that endorsed Donald Trump, who was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein over 7 times on the flight log. Jeffrey Epstein characterized Donald Trump as his best friend in audio recordings, but they want to call you the, even though they're the ones that would have endorsed Matt Gaetz. Think about that.